Good afternoon, Ms. Mason. You have been charged in case 25 CR 0000675G with simple battery, family violence, and terroristic threats and acts. Is there a history, Ms. Roberts?
One moment. Only one prior arrest, which is from July of 2022 for criminal damage to property. That case was dismissed. UGR jail is pretrial's recommendation.
Okay. Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge. On the simple battery family violence, we're asking for a $1,500 good bond. On the terroristic threats, a $1,000 signature bond for a split bond. And no further contact with Jacario Snow. When officers found the defendant and the victim fighting on the side of the road. Nobody called in. They had been at a party drinking, an argument escalated, and the defendant pulled over to punch the victim in the face repeatedly. There was a friend in the car who witnessed this, said the defendant said, "Everyone is dying tonight." This also all occurred with the defendant's daughter and niece in the car. We did try to call the victim. We were unsuccessful. And for those reasons, we're asking for that split bond, 1,500 good on the simple battery family violence and 1,000 signature on the terroristic threats.
Sorry, Ms. Tucker, you might have said I might have missed it. Jacario Snow, who is that to Ms. Mason?
So that is her boyfriend and they live together.
Okay.
But because this happened on the side of the road, we weren't able to get in contact with him. I don't have a location for him to stay away, but no further contact should be sufficient.
Okay, thank you. Mr. McLean?
This is
Mr. Cook? Oh, okay. Yes, Mr. Cook.
Yes, I believe my client lives in a different location and they don't live together anymore. That's my understanding. So no further contact would handle all that either way. My client's position is that she was not the primary aggressor. She was driving the car. There were some words that went back and forth. She pulled the car over and stopped the car. At that point, Mr. Snow grabbed her keys and would not return the keys, and the altercation escalated from her attempt to get her car keys. I don't know at what point the police happened upon the altercation. For that reason, we have no problem with a stay away and a no further contact until this is resolved or maybe thereafter. We would be seeking a signature bond through pretrial at whatever level the court deems appropriate. My client is 27 years old, has lived here all her life, and is an Uber and Lyft driver, and has been doing that for 5 years. Nothing further.
Okay, for the simple battery, it'll be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. For the terroristic threats, $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2 makes for a total of a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. 1-day anger awareness, no further contact with Mr. Snow, stay away from his residential address, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Mason.
Your Honor, the next person is going to be position 10, last name Parker.
Yes, good afternoon, Ms. Parker. You have been charged in case 25 CR 0000678C with criminal trespass and damage to property and criminal trespass. This was the dual arrest, I believe, with position 13, Mr. Shy. Yes, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge. I went over the facts earlier just to very briefly recap. She was at this location that I'm gonna ask for the stay away for, 445 Kendrick Ave in Atlanta. That belongs to Wanda Shy, Alan Shy, and Quintavia Shy is staying there. And she picked up the glass bottle and threw it at the Dodge Charger, shattering the glass. As far as arrests, she does have a prior arrest for battery family violence. That's out of Rockdale County. So we're gonna need time to get that report. But based on the prior arrest as well as the violence alleged in the facts, we're asking for on the criminal trespass and damage to property, $1,000 good bond, and on the criminal trespass, $1,000 signature bond for a $2,000 split bond. No further contact with Alan Shy or Wanda Shy, and to stay away from that 445 Kendrick Avenue, Atlanta location.
Mr. Cook?
No, we have no objection to the stay away or no further contact. The alleged victim is the father of Miss Parker's child. So there's that relationship, and explains in part why she was there to see her, the father of her child. Her position again is that the first throwing of a bottle was from the alleged victim here, Alan Shy, and that she responded somewhat in kind. Nothing further.
All right, it'll be $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1 on each charge, makes for a total of a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact with either Alan or Rhonda Shy. Stay away from the Kendrick Drive address. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. And if necessary, third-party transfer of any minor children for visitation.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, Ms. Parker.
Your Honor, the next person on the calendar is going to be Rollins, position number 12.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Ms. Rollins. You've been charged in case 25 CR 000681B with simple battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Roberts?
Yes, 2 cycles. Last arrest was from December of 2018 for false statements of writing. There's no disposition on that case. And then a conviction from 2019 for forgery. Level 1 is pretrial's recommendation and nothing further.
Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, we'd be asking for a $1,500 signature bond with condition no further violent contact with Dante Tucker. The facts allege that she threw a television at him while he was sleeping on the couch, that the TV struck his right foot, but there were no injuries. We did speak with the victim, and I see he's been on very patiently on the Zoom all this whole time. He let us know that the defendant has some MH issues, but has never been seen by a doctor. He denies the allegations now, says she was just drinking, and that she didn't throw the TV at him, just threw it on the floor. Either way, officers were called out to the location for this incident, so we're recommending a $1,500 signature bond with conditions no further violent contact. If you can sound for Mr. Tucker at this time.
Mr. Tucker, I see you there. If you would like to address the court, now is your opportunity. If you would like to, you need to unmute yourself, activate your camera, and I'll have to swear you in.
Hey, how you doing, Your Honor?
I'm doing fine, Mr. Tucker. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
That's correct.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, sir. What would you like to tell the court?
I was just wanting to address the matters of that. Yeah, it was incorrect that the TV didn't hit me, and that I agree with the non-violent contact because I still want to have contact with the mother of my child, and she, you know, so I do agree with just the non-violent.
Okay. Thank you for being here this afternoon, Mr. Tucker. We appreciate it.
Great. Thank you.
Mr. Cook?
We have no objection to the state's recommendation, Your Honor.
Okay, it'll be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further violent contact with Mr. Tucker. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Rollins.
Thank you.
Your Honor, our last person for the day here at ACDC is gonna be position number 15. Last name is Walls.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, Ms. Walls. You have been charged in case 25 CR 0000688F with hit and run and following too closely. Is there a history, Ms. Roberts?
I'm showing one prior arrest out of Troup County from May of 2024 for purchase, possession, or have control of any controlled substance in Schedule 3, 4, or 5. That case appears to be open. UJR jail was free trial's recommendation.
Allen?
Thank you, Your Honor. This is a report from November the 30th of 2024 at about 2:30 in the morning. Police were called to the intersection at Old National Highway and Godby Road, where they made contact with the victim who'd been struck from behind at the intersection. Her name is Ebony Hines. She was on scene. She reported that the individual who struck her had initially gotten out of her vehicle and stayed for about 2 minutes, was heavily intoxicated, and spent her time telling the victim that this really wasn't a big deal before the defendant got back in her vehicle and left. She provided none of her information, exchanged no information, and there was damage to Mrs. Ebony Hines's vehicle. Mrs. Hines was able to take a photograph of the tag information of the car. The individual registered to that vehicle is the defendant, and Mrs. Hines identified her as the person who had struck her vehicle, spoke with her while intoxicated on the side of the road, and then fled. Your Honor, we're asking for a $2,000 surety, no drugs, alcohol, or weapon, and no driving unless licensed in a properly registered vehicle with insurance. Thank you.
Mr. McClain?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Walls is 23 years old. She lives on Hanover Place in Stockbridge. Her mother, I hope, is on the Zoom. I think I left a message or tried to get over her mom. She's a high school graduate, and her jobs have included, she's young, she's 23, but her jobs have included being a front desk person, a concierge, for about a year. I assume that's at a hospitality location like a motel or hotel. And Google having something to do with access protocols with the Google Corporation, and that would be for a couple of years, Your Honor. She's a local person. She's been here 13 years. She's only 23, so we would ask the court to set as low a bond as possible, including a signature bond if that is in the offing.
Okay, it'll be $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1 on each charge, makes for a total of a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1, a defensive driving course, no further contact with Ms. Hines, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. And of course, no driving without a valid license and no driving without proper insurance. Good luck to you, Ms. Walls. ACDC, we also have a position 17, a Natasha Woods. Do you have that on your calendar?
I do.
A medical reset.
I do have it on the calendar. Medical reset.
Medical reset. Okay, we'll reset on that till tomorrow, and that's 2/11. Okay, does that take care of? I believe that takes care of the 2 o'clock calendar. All right, thank you, ACDC.
Thank you.
Ms. Bridgewater, whenever you're ready.
Okay, once again, the reset date for the SAP. Oh, it's Mr. McLean trying to call me. Okay, once again, the reset date for the SAP calendar is February the 25th. Position number 1 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $2,000 good bond. Position 2 is reset further notice with a total $4,000 SOB through pretrial. Position 3 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $1,500 good bond. 4 is reset further notice with a $2,000 SOB through pretrial. 5 is reset further notice with a total $4,000 SOB through pretrial. 6 is reset further notice with a total $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 7 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $2,500 good bond. Position 8 is reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. Position 9 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $2,000 good bond. Position 10, reset further notice with a total $2,000 SOB through pretrial. 11 is reset further notice with a total $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 12, reset further notice with a $2,000 SOB through pretrial. 13, reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. Position 14 is going to the February the 18th SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. 15, reset further notice with a total $2,000 SOB through pretrial. 16, reset further notice with a $1,000 SOB through the jail. Position 17 is reset, it's a medical reset till tomorrow C calendar, okay? 18 is reset further notice with a total $5,000 SOB through pretrial. 19 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $3,000 good bond. The add-on, number 1 is reset to the SAP calendar with a total $4,000 good bond. Are there any questions, comments, or otherwise?
Yes, I have 2 questions.
Okay.
Could you tell me which levels was position 13 and position 18? The pretrial
Okay,
levels.
13 would be level 1
Thank you.
and 18 is level 2.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are there any others?
Okay, if not, thank you all. I will see you
you.
tomorrow.
Have a
Okay,
good night.
good
Yeah,
night.
Evening too. Be safe.